Good evening, good evening, good evening, everybody. All right, I'm live on Facebook. So we're here for our weekly sale. So I've been trying to be consistent, coming on every week. So this week we're here doing our sale. We're gonna be talking about some Halloween fabrics. We're gonna be talking about some of the coming events we have going on, and we're also going to be talking about some of our workshops coming up. So all the fabrics we're showing today are going to be 10% off. Just enter sew with me. Did I put that on there? Yes. Sew with me in the at checkout, and you'll get 10% off. So just want to give a couple of announcements. So I'm in a different location, as you can see. I have a visitor, aka my son, coming in next week. So the space that I do my live in from home is getting transformed a little bit for my guests. So instead of missing, I decided to still come on and be consistent and still do the live today. We also have online lessons, so we have people taking advantage of that. And this is Q4, so happy Q4, everybody. October starts Q4, and if you're a business owner, you know that is the last quarter of the year that you really want to get everything together and have all your ducks in a row. Have everything going, because you want Q1 to be really good. So because that's usually when most businesses slow down. So Q4 is probably one of my favorite times of the year, because we have Thanksgiving, Halloween, Christmas, New Year's. So that's all a push to be able to get everything going, to get your business going, and have everything ready. So in anticipation of that, I've been taking off my fashion designer hat and put on my entrepreneurship hat. And we're having a fourth quarter Finish Strong workshop. Actually, I'm gonna put that in the chat right now. So that is next Monday. Oh, it might be in there already. That's next Monday. Let's see. Look at the wrong thing. Next Monday, I think it's at 2 o'clock. Oh, yeah, it's in the chat already. So if you look at the chat, you'll be able to sign up. It is a 2-hour workshop. We're going to be doing some AI strategies, help you get everything ready for Q4. If you hadn't already started, you should be starting already. And that's on Monday. So let's get into the fabrics. So one of the things I like to talk about, which I actually talked about yesterday in my class, was about stretch fabrics. And I'll grab one of these that we're showing tonight. So basically, what's going on now in manufacturing is that everybody is putting stretch in all types of fabric. And so when you're trying to sew and learn how to sew, you have to know the difference between fabrics that have stretch in them. So this has stretch in it, versus fabrics that are actually stretch fabrics, which is something like this. So obviously this is a little more stretchier. This is considered a stretch fabric. And that is actually one of our organic jersey pieces that we have on our website. So a couple things you want to remember about stretches. This one is a natural stretch. So it's just based on how it's made. It snaps right back. You see that? Versus this stretch woven, it doesn't have as much stretch as the other one. So the reason you want to know the difference is because this one is something you can use for t-shirts, leggings, swimwear, versus something like this will be something that's just a little bit based on your ease. So when you're sewing these types of fabrics, what you want to remember is the pattern's not going to account for that. So you still would treat this as a woven, because even though it's a little stretch in it, you still would treat it as a woven. If the fabric is like 2 to 5% with some type of spandex, like a cotton spandex or something like that, it's a cotton fabric, but it has 10% spandex, you still want to treat it as a woven when you get your pattern and different things like that. Don't try to treat it as a stretch fabric, because that's just something I wanted to add, because I feel like the patterns, or lack of patterns, we can talk about that another time. Patterns are not keeping up with what's going on with these fabrics. I mean, obviously we suggest trying everything on to make sure everything fits, but you definitely want to, pay attention to the fabrics and the content of the stretch. Sometimes you definitely, if you're working with these type of fabrics, a little stretch in them, you want to do a zigzag stitch in the high traffic area. So that's like the crotch, the arm, stuff like that. You do want to pay attention to what type of interface you're using. So it's just all type of things you want to pay attention to, because you are working with, a stretch fabric versus fabric with stretch. So the bottom line is not all of these behave the same. So you have to really pay attention to what type of fabric, the contents of the fabric, and then how you're going to proceed with your project. So speaking of stretch, we'll go right into some of our pieces. And I had a really pretty black and white, red and white dot that I wanted to show you guys. And I think I sold it. I'm going to put it up because I know I have another one. It'll be on the website. And I wanted to show you guys because it's a cute little piece that you can actually use for, like if you want to be a ladybug for Halloween or Minnie Mouse or something like that. So since I don't have that one, we'll go right into this other one. And when I showed the pictures of this one last week, it's actually silver. Maybe it's hard to see because of my light. People automatically said it's like something fucking disco lady. So I thought it was cute. I think it's more like you could do disco, you could do, put this one in the chat. You could do disco, you could do a robot. A couple of different things you can make out of this one. It's a silver stretch lame, which I think is really nice. It's 60 inches wide. We talked about that in my class. So 60 inches wide. And that is on the website. And I think we have about 9 yards of this one. So remember, all our fabrics are 10% off if you put in sew with me. Oh no, yeah, sew with me in the checkout. So our next fabric, so that was our silver lame. Really cute. Really cute. So like I said, you could do a disco, you could do a robot, you could do an alien. See that one? Let me get it close to the camera. See that? It's like a silver. Oh, it's almost like a gunmetal. You see that? Stretch lame. Let's see. Our next one. This is another one I had listed for Halloween look. So it's like a brown, rayon type fabric with black dots. This is also 6 inches wide, and I think this is really cute. It does not have any stretch in it, but I think this will make it cute, like a kitty cat. So like you can make yourself a really cute dress out of this and then put on some ears. I think this will be cute. It's a nice weight, so you can line it just for comfort, but that's the other side of it. But I think this is really cute. It's like a rayon, but I can see definitely being a cat in this, a cat costume. Some black ears. You can make a cute little. You can even make a cute little mini dress and put on some black tights, some boots with it. I think that'd be cute. Let's see what's going on Instagram. I don't know what's Instagram doing. So that is fabric number 3. And put that one in the chat. That is the brown rayon with dots. Super cute. Super cute. Super cute. Like I said, so all the fabrics are 10% off. And actually, I need to put that on the website too. So that is our third fabric of the day. So one of the things we like to sell on our website is also like sewing inspired merchandise. Hi, Mariah. Sewing inspired merchandise and sewing inspired cups and t-shirts. So this is probably one of my favorite mugs. I actually drank all my coffee. But this is our Love, Peace, and Sew mug. And we sell this on our website. We also had this saying in a t-shirt, Love, Peace, and Sew. Really cute. I like to make them that it's prints on both sides. So we carry this in a t-shirt. We carry this in a hoodie. And then we have the mug. I think a tote bag too, but this is also on the website. Love, Peace, and Sew. We also have Sew and Love on the website. A couple other things, but yeah, definitely check out if you want to represent your hobby, represent your love for sewing. Definitely go ahead and check that out. So this is really pretty. It's another rayon, and so this is like a navy blue floral rayon. About 2 yards of this. It's 40 inches wide, 45 inches wide. So you can make you a really cute dress out of this. A nice top, bias cut top. So you can see it over there. Really, really cute. That's on our website as well. And that one is also 10% off with www.groupchristine.com. So it's a nice piece. So I think it's one of our vintage pieces. So go ahead and check that one out. Our next one is this knit I told you all about. This is really soft. I actually used a piece of this in my class yesterday to show people just about what knits look like, and everybody thought it was so soft. This is organic cotton jersey, and we're actually selling this by 3 and 6 yard increments on the website. So we have it in this taupe color, which is easy to see, and then we also carry it in black. But this is, if you could, I mean, you can't touch it and feel it, but it's really soft. You could probably make like a t-shirt out of it. Let me show Facebook. Really soft, really lightweight, and I think I'm gonna make me like a couple little, like those, you know, those dresses, like the long t-shirt dress with the pockets. I might make something like that out of it when I get some time. Moving on. So Home Dec. So Home Dec is Thanksgiving time. Everybody's getting ready for Thanksgiving. They're hosting. They're having people over. So we want to talk about some Home Dec fabrics that we carry. So we have this really cute. Again, I always tell people they can do. Let me put this one in the chat. For Home Dec, I always tell you, you don't need a lot. You can just do a little, nice little piece to, hey Angela, you can just do a nice little piece, make some pillows, you can cover your table, and you can do anything with that. So here is this Home Dec, really pretty. I like all the fabrics that I sell. As you can see, even behind me, sometimes I just hang a piece of fabric on my wall. I'll cover a frame with it, but it's really, really nice. So this is like black, burgundy, cream, brown, obviously. It's on our website. 2 yards of this one. It's also, it's from our Home Dec section, but it is on the website under weekly finds. Also 10% off. So sew with me and your coupon code. So I'm trying to show fabrics that's all in the same color family, because people are going to be getting ready. I'm thinking Thanksgiving is always, to me, like earth tones, you know, browns, burgundies, you know, different fabrics like that. So everything I'm showing tonight will be some Home Dec fabrics that you can use in your home if you're going to be entertaining this season. If you're cooking, having people over. So this, what's this 2 pieces? Okay, well, I'll show this one. Another Home Dec piece. I really like this. See how it's orange, green, burgundy, black. You can do a lot with this. Tablecloths, placemats, chair covers. This is on the website as well. And this is, I lost count for the fabrics. I think this is 6 or maybe 7, but also on the website. We have a whole bunch of, quite a bit of Home Dec fabrics on the website. So we have quite a bit of fabrics on our website. We have Home Dec, we have vintage fabrics, we have, I mean, all types of stuff. So I just think doing these lives every week is a good way to kind of show people what we have. But I think people really underestimated what we have. So that was Instagram. I can't put them in the chat for you yet. I'll put them on later. So striped Home Dec, also on the website under weekly finds. So keeping with that color combination is a plaid, which is my favorite. And again, you can do pillows, table runner. What else can you do with this? It's not a tablecloth. You can just throw the fabric on your. See, I mean, I'm telling you, I have fabric. Like even behind me, that's a piece of fabric just thrown on my couch. And this one has cream, burgundy. That's a brown stripe. It's also, I think this one is 60 inches wide. Okay, also on the website. This is one of the, last week I showed a gold / green piece of twill. Yeah, napkins. Yeah, that is cute. Yeah, napkins. So last week I showed this same fabric in a gold color. This week I have it in like this grasshopper green. So this is what I was telling you guys about in the demonstration when we talked about fabrics that have stretch in them. So this does have a little bit of stretch, it's probably a little bit of a spandex. It is not to be confused with something you can make stretch. If you have a pattern that says make leggings, you can't make leggings with this. But this will be a nice fabric to make if you have a jacket and you want to put some little stretch so you can have more ease on the arms or a skirt. So this is the grasshopper green stretch twill, but I do have it on the website next to the goldenrod twill, so you will be able to see both of them. So I did go ahead and make that a special this week, so you can just see both. Yeah, this is a pretty color. The yellow, you see it on the website. The yellow is pretty too. I just can't keep it all. I have a lot of fabric. I wish I could keep it all, but I have to get it out of here. So let's do a quick recap of what we talked about today. I'll just go backwards. So we did the green twill. That is 60 inches wide. So go ahead and check that one out. You can make pants, blazer, skirt, pair of shorts, anything like that. We have the Plaid Home Dec. And so we talked about just a myriad of home deck projects you can do if you are entertaining this season. You definitely, if you're gonna make anything and start somewhere, you definitely want to start now, because once you start cooking and everything, you're not gonna have time. So we talked about napkins, table runners, couch cushions, anything like that for this one. Keeping with the home deck, we have the striped one. Really like this one, and I'm so crazy, I will put these together. But that is really nice. So we have another home deck piece, and then rounding out the home deck, we would even do the floral. And I'm telling you, I keep, for some reason, and maybe that's why I showed them together, I feel like these can go together somehow. I don't know. Call me crazy. I don't know. I mean, I would even see this up if you have a table set of 4, you could do something like 2 chairs in this and 2 chairs in this. I don't know. I just see these as matching for some reason. I don't know. But maybe I'm crazy. That's just me. And then we talked about our Love, Peace, and Soul mugs, which are on the website, along with the Love, Peace, and Soul hoodies, t-shirts, and what else do we have? Some Sew and Love items, so check that out. We also have our organic jersey. I wish you all could just touch how soft this is. This is just so like, oh my goodness, so soft. And then we have it in black. So we have this cream color. Hey, Darnell. We have this beige color, and then we also have black in this one. And then we'll show you some of the stuff we have for Halloween. We have, I mean, it don't have to be for Halloween, but I think it's cute. And I think Halloween's on a Friday this year, so you definitely need to start your costume. I think this would be cute. It's a rayon. No stretch to it, but you can make yourself a little mini dress, put you on some black stockings, some black boots, and some ears, and you can be a little kitty cat or something like that. But I think this is really cute. And you don't have to make it like a cat, but you can, you can do something like that. And then the last one, where'd it go? The fabric, we have our blue rayon, which is really pretty. A scarf, a skirt, a little bias cut top. Really, really pretty. Instagram can really see this, so you can see all the colors. Blue background with white and orange flowers. Really, really pretty. Really, such a pretty piece. And then our last one is how we started, is our silver lame. On camera, it looks kind of off, but I think you can see it now. Silver lame, you can see it a little closer. And this is also a Halloween one. If you want, you can be a robot, you can be a disco lady, you can be an alien, you can be all kind of stuff with this. Really fun piece. And these are all on the website. Also, if you see anything you like, you can DM me. Facebook, I put all the links in the chat, and then Instagram, I'll put all those links in when we're done. And I just wanted to remind you to start getting your fabric ready for Halloween because it's going to be a busy season. Start getting everything ready for Thanksgiving if you celebrate, because it's going to be busy. And I will be back on Monday with our Q4 AI and planning workshop. So definitely get on my website, join that class. It's going to be for 2 hours. We also giving away a free planner. It's worth $50, but it's a planner that you can use for the rest of the season. And I think that's it. Really cool fabrics. I'm glad I was able to get on. I had a different location this week, but you know, it is what it is. But I'm glad I was able to jump on and, you know, still show some fabrics. They are all on my website now, www.drewchristine.com. Enter "sew with me" in the chat and you will get 10% off. We are shipping. Thanks everybody for joining. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up in my DM. You can also follow me on Facebook at Drew Christine or Drew Christine Fabrics and Design, on TikTok at Drew Christine, here on Instagram at Drew Christine. I'm on YouTube at Hustle and Sew, Pinterest, but most places you'll find me on Drew Christine. So thank you so much for joining, and peace. Have a good week, everybody.